Good evening. What is an oscillator? An oscillator is an electronic component that causes electrons to move back and forth or oscillate. These movements are very similar to the way that air molecules move when they are in contact with a vibrating object. Just as the guitar string vibrates or moves the air molecules around it, an oscillator vibrates electrons and makes a sound. An oscillator moves electrons in repeating vibrations or periodic waveforms, which are used in synthesizers as sound sources. Waveforms are drawings of the shape of the vibration. Here are some common waveforms that oscillators and synthesizers create. A sine wave, which sounds like a whistle. A triangle wave, which sounds like an organ tone. A sawtooth, which sounds like a saxophone. A square wave, which sounds like a clarinet. A synthesizer oscillator usually has controllers for frequency, waveform, and modulation. Frequency defines how many times a periodic waveform repeats in a second. In other words, it is the pitch of the tone. We can control which note is played by the oscillator and in which octave range that note exists. The waveform control allows you to select which waveform you'd like the oscillator to create. Each waveform is a result of a different combination of harmonics. The modulation control or input allows you to change the frequency, pitch, or the oscillator using voltage from another part of the synthesizer. The waveform generated by the oscillator, along with your choice of pitch and modulation setting, is then directed to the filter, where its harmonic content will be manipulated so that the desired timbre can be created. Thank you for once again joining me.